FREEZ, man. I'm back at you at FREEZTV. This is episode number 1. The very first episode. You dig what I'm saying? We about to jump this bitch off. We got Dela Preme in the house. You dig? We gonna talk to Dela Preme and get into what he got going on, what's been going on, how he's gotten to where he at now, and what his plans are for the future. We also gonna give you a little taste of a performance he did with Partake over there at Partake. Shout out to everybody at Partake. So just make sure you stay tuned in, locked on in, and make sure you check it out. It's gonna be going down. It's going in. So Preme, before we get into this game with the 8 ball, I got 3, you got 3, and then we got the
You got 4.
Nah, man, I got 3. You got 4. You know what I'm saying?
For all y'all shit.
Nah, he got 4. He got 4. He got 4 solid. I got 3 stripes.
I ain't
you know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
even worried though.
We gotta always keep the advantage in this shit. You dig what I'm saying? We don't let these niggas. You know, we keep it real
It's
smooth.
all right. I ain't even worried.
But while we playing this game, I want you to vibe with the people, man. Let them know what's popping, man. FREEZTV is jumping back off. For y'all that don't know, FREEZTV started this shit, man. All these niggas running around here with cameras, doing whatever they doing. Check your records, man. Go back and see where this shit came from. That's why we bringing it back to the soil. We gonna give y'all real in-depth interviews. We not on the cornball shit. We not asking industry questions. We gonna give y'all some in-depth shit. So, back to this nigga right here, though. Preme. What's going on, man? What's popping? Before you tell the people what you got going on now, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Where did this shit start at, bro?
Shit, Glendale, Arizona. Shit, Glendale, man. 52nd Avenue, Maryland.
Man, what?
Right there at Rose Lane and shit. That's exactly where I'm from and shit. That's exactly where it started, that park. Rose Lane Park.
Rose Lane Park.
Freestyle battling at that park and shit. Then I started doing battles at the bridge with my homie Eric in Phoenix. We started battling at a bridge on 35th Avenue in Thomas. It's like a bridge right there where 35th, where that Jack in the Box is at. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that shit got crazy, and that's when I realized I really wanted to do this shit and really like rap and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like the battle rap shit, the battle rap shit like like that shit was fire, but like the feeling, cause that's like warrior shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is fire, that's like warrior shit. Like there ain't no beat to save you, you know what I'm saying? If what you saying is whack, it's just silent and niggas ain't fucking with that shit.
Ain't no oohs, ain't no ahs.
Hell no, a lot of niggas ain't been through that shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I went through that shit cause it made my skin like really tough and shit because like, it ain't gonna, you can't get to me like dissing me on music and shit, nigga. I literally we were battling for our neighborhoods and shit. There were no contracts and no security and shit. There's niggas like betting money on us and shit.
Right.
And that shit like, it made me hungry in a whole different way and shit. But when I started recording and actually like making music and I had my first performance and people like knew the words to my shit, like that shit fucked me up. That was like, that's like a whole different thing, you know what I'm saying? Like people going crazy for your bars at a battle is a triumphant feeling and shit. But like having people like being able to tap into like a piece of you, cause that's what my music is. They just pieces of me, you know what I'm saying? Like they're really just like therapy sessions with my nigga Sully and shit, and people just like happen to fuck with them shits. You know what I'm saying?
So when you was back then battling, who was some of the people you were battling, and who did you like battling? Who did you not want to see? Who was like, you know,
I wanted to see everybody.
All fades.
Always, nigga. I was never, because like you can't be turning them shits down, especially when you're in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
You heard it. All phase. He want all the smoke.
That's how I was because like, especially when you putting yourself in a position to want to be like someone who's winning in that shit a lot. You know what I mean? You wanna make sure you're always competitive, and you don't want to be battling people. You want to make sure you battling the best of the best, so you see where you stand in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever cap with that shit because all that shit's online. You can go see all my battles online. You know what I mean? And I freestyle when I battle this shit. I didn't write for niggas and shit. So like I drink a 40 and smoke like 2 blunts and I'll go up there and just start gassing on me. You know what I'm saying? And I was on a mean, crazy ass West Street, like a crazy ass West Street.
Where was that first performance at?
My very first performance? What was that spot? It was in Glendale where that Nipsey show was at, where that long ass line was at, and that shit got they shot the lineup and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck, what's that shit called, man? Fuck, man. Nah, then there's this venue on the west side that's hella far that like
Not Coyote Hill.
it was a small venue, only fit like 30 people.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing crazy.
But that was the first one where you got it in.
Yeah, I remember that that show. I was so hyped for the show that I went to Walmart and I bought a flat screen TV for like $45 and I raffled that shit and made like $250 off that shit.
So you always been thinking entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, because there's always niggas who are making money off the shit, so I always wanted to soak up game from those niggas and be like those niggas, because I learned from them. You don't even gotta like worry about what's going on in the building, really, if you own the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
So from the beginning, when you just freestyling, first shows, first getting in the game, coming from this Roselinda Park area, you know I'm very familiar with that hood. My mom used to live over there. My sister lived over there too as well. You came in the game already thinking about getting some money.
Yeah, I got a big ass family, so like, it was always like, it's always bigger than me, you know what I'm saying? It was never like about me and shit. I'm the oldest of 7 and shit, and like, I never really like had that luxury of
How was that, being the oldest of
It's
7?
fucking crazy. You know, my little sister just had her first baby. Shout out to her and shout out to my little nephew Roman and shit, but
You
it's
said
crazy.
his name Roman?
Yeah, Roman.
That's dope. Shout out Roman.
That's one of my dogs.
Welcome to this world.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Life crazy. Time ain't shit either. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And we lost my mama, so like.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but she was like the backbone of our family and shit. So like, me being the oldest, like, it was never really like, she always told me like, it's bigger than me and we all we got and shit. You know
How do you deal with that? Like with losing a parent and then having to be like the steward of the family, and now it's like now you carry the weight. How does that feel? Like,
I'm human and shit. I ain't gonna act like I don't go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like in life, like men can have a bunch of different type of father figures and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you only get one mama. You feel me? And like when you have somebody that's like your biggest fan, your biggest supporter, who's gonna tell you what's up, and you gonna listen to that shit because she brought you into this world. You know what I'm saying? Like. That safety net, also like that shit that would check me a lot, you know, like that shit was gone. I was right there, like when it happened in the hospital and everything. So like, but I felt like I was supposed to go through it like that because I'm the oldest, and I wouldn't wish that on any of my siblings and shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, it charged me up. I went through a time period where I couldn't write shit, and I wasn't even thinking about music, you know, because the funerals and family tripping. You know what happens when people die in the family, just get crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, dealing with that shit. And I got out of that shit though, and I made Get Alive. And when I made
how'd you get out? How'd you like dig into yourself and?
Looking for my lighter.
Yeah, use mine, because we got to keep this conversation going. We can't lose this topic.
We good,
like, how did you?
Oh, my stupid.
How did you get to that place? Like, cause you know, like, there's so many people that's out there that's dealing with like with COVID right now. So right now with COVID, you got so many people who losing people. You got so many people who just like being faced with trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe that's what this interview is gonna be about. Maybe that's what this whole thing is about. Is like, you know, like we all know you're a dope artist. We all know that you can make dope ass music.
I appreciate that shit.
But you know, what motivates you? What wakes you up in the morning now? Since you don't got mama calling you or sending you that good morning text or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, we take that shit for granted, bro.
Yeah.
We take that shit for granted, bro.
So what are some of the things that you can give people out there who may be watching as advice? Like,
you just gotta keep going, bro. That's why I came up with Stay Busy, Don't Play Busy, bro. Because if I wasn't like staying busy and like keeping myself going, doing shit actively because I got kids, you know, I got siblings and shit. I'm also making sure I'm holding my daddy down, you know what I'm saying? Because he the backbone still, but it's hard to lose your other half like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has to raise a bunch of girls and he still got us and shit. So like, I had to make sure I was staying busy because if I didn't, I would start like thinking about that shit. It would start making me like go into like a hole, like be depressed and shit. Like, I don't got time for that shit. I don't got time for that shit.
I like how you said, stay busy, don't play busy.
Don't play busy because anybody can act like you doing some shit, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's era, like that shit's cool. It's all good, bro. But you can't lie to that motherfucker in the mirror. You can't lie to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of years in my life, throughout my whole life, a nigga, you have to grow, you have to like face your reflection and grow, or you gonna get caught up and you just gonna be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a lot of things that like that are meant to like put real pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's cause I'm meant for something crazy. You know? There's venues I can't even go to anymore because those are the last venues my mom was at, in like front row and shit. I can't like every time I pass that shit, I think fuck that shit.
It's deep.
Yeah, but she told me to do this shit. She told me to get up out of here. She told me like, cause she knows she saw it in me and shit.
Nah, you gonna go. The shit, the music speaks for itself. There's no, you know, it's no whatever.
And it's a roller coaster when you lose anybody. When it's like, you know, a family member, you know, a homie, you know what I'm saying? Any of that shit, you gonna go through the roller coaster of emotions and shit. But the best thing I feel like you can do is you just gotta keep busy and keep going and shit, because you don't even like have time to stop and really be thinking about that shit. And a lot of us got big families and responsibilities, and as men, especially black men, we don't got that luxury. It's fucked up, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like she raised me a certain way, and my dad raised me a certain way to be prepared for shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we don't got that luxury. We gotta keep going. So
You got good parents. That's dope.
It's a blessing, man. For real. I'm blessed for that shit.
So what's the play, man? Now we lose moms, rest in peace, moms, and then we charge up. We staying busy. We ain't playing with it. We getting down. We do our first shows. We building a buzz. Now what's going through your mind?
Like, realizing that you don't really need a label like that. There's like things you can do by yourself to like establish a core fan base and like a way to like pay your bills and take care of your family off your craft and shit, and just being smart about shit, and that you get taxed on what you don't know. Cause I learned a lot through that time period, you feel me? Cause you vulnerable during that shit, you know what I'm saying? So you accept the leadership all kinds of ways and shit, thinking that it's all good for you. Some of that shit ain't bad. Motherfuckers be trying to eat off you sometimes. I had to learn that shit the hard way, you feel me? And like, you gotta see where you stand. I learned a lot about business because I always cared about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got my S Corp. Literally right after that, I got my S Corp for my name and shit. Got a trademark. Started doing the clothes shit, doing this clothes shit and getting double with the clothes and shit. And now we got like a foundation, and like I'm really being able to see what my fan base is, and like coming from like where I come from, there's not too many motherfuckers like that shit. Not even from Arizona anyway. And I like how earlier you were saying like we can't be putting ourselves in the Arizona box, because this shit is just like good music and shit. And I don't think any of the people who are popping or famous, you know, put themselves in a box. Right. Of course you gonna hold down where you from. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's supposed to be in your bio.
That's what you're supposed to do. Exactly.
It's supposed to be in your bio.
That's exactly, you know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be in your bio.
I'm trying to make timeless shit that like people can like attach emotions to and memories to and shit. So that way like I make like timeless fans and shit that like are gonna hold me down, and like I'm really gonna focus on that shit. And especially because we can't do shows and shit right now.
How does that feel?
That shit suck. I'm having withdrawals.
Man, I was just telling my brother earlier, like, I went to a show. I think you said it was the Valley Bar or something. And when I was there, you just was rocking the crowd. And now not to be able to connect with your fans and you know, put 100 to 200 people in a venue and go stupid and feel that energy. How, you know, like how does that feel?
I hope that shit just come back, bro. That's literally all I can say about that shit. I just hope that shit come back, bro, because I don't even want to think about it if it never come back like that shit. But I can't be out like risking my family and everybody that I care about just out there for every single function and shit anyway like that either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, putting them in harm's way.
Yeah, I really can't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? All of us in here have personal blunts and shit in here. Every last one of us did that shit. And we probably was like that before the corona anyway, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, we don't play around like that shit. That shit's really fucking people. That's another reason why I ain't tripping too hard on doing shows and shit. But I do miss that shit. I miss that shit so much, bro. That's a big like part of my brand, part of like who I am and shit.
Touching the people. I know. I felt it when I went to your show. What's your favorite record that you made?
Like, out of everything, Get a Life probably for sure.
Oh, yeah?
For sure.
I like a few of your records. What's her name? What's your favorite? Who's your favorite producer? Not like favorite producer. Like I think this guy is the best. But who do you like to work with? Like who do you feel when you get in the studio with this person? We come with magic. Like
I got like a collective family of producers.
well, let's talk about that collective family of producers. Get them some shine.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 20 man. Shout out to my nigga Mumbles. Shout out to my nigga. Hold on.
Don't leave nobody out.
Like Mayo, I know I gotta make sure I get all this nigga. My nigga Quiet Wire, my nigga Brian the Low Life, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, my nigga Vince. I gotta add new producers that just started sending me shit. You know what I'm saying? My nigga T-Dot, and me and T-Dot did Chrysanthemum, and Chrysanthemum went fucking crazy and shit. And T-Dot, that nigga T-Dot is cold with the beats. We got another one that we picked it up too. And you know, and whew. This first quarter about to go crazy. These next 2 quarters, cause I've been chilling. I didn't even drop. I dropped a fucking 6-track EP last year. I didn't drop no other music. I didn't drop shit else. I'm about to drop a bunch of music this year. I'm not about to be like last year and shit. That shit we can't do shows and shit, nigga. Well, at least I'm gonna do
Drop some music.
Yeah, like content and shit. Do something. You know, I'm just not gonna just sit and fucking do nothing. Fuck that shit.
What's her name? Who do you always got dope visuals? Who do you usually work with on the visuals?
That's Sammy Black. Shout out to my brother Sammy. Sammy knows the vibe is good.
The vibe is good. Yeah, that should be dope, bro. I like the vibe. It's like it, and that takes me back to the question I asked you about the beats. You know what I'm saying? Because production and actual visuals that go with your projects, like your shit be like strategically put together. It's like, yeah, it doesn't look like you just like made a record and then had the homie get the camera and let's film this shit. Like all your shit looks like it's. And there be times like that, you know that. You know there be times like that where you just gotta, hey, we gotta film this shit if we can. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, I've done it a couple times.
You know what I'm saying?
I've sent Low some shit like, bro, what the fuck did you send me? Like, bro, we had Sada Baby in the studio and Sada Baby shot a video in the studio, and we didn't even have no cameras. So we just called one of the homies who brought a camera.
Bring a camera.
Just bring a camera, bro.
Bring a camera, bro.
And we just captured. He like, bro, next time use your phone. Like your phone is better than that nigga camera. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't. No, that's what the videographer, that's what Lo told me. Cause I keep bringing in footage that's just not, you know. Sada didn't know. He thought he was shooting a real video. We got the cameraman out there. This shit looking like it's really going on. This just a nigga from down the street with a camera. You know what I'm saying? And then and then we gave the footage to Lonnie, and he took that shit and
edited the fuck out that shit.
Come on, man, cleaned it up and made it look like he was there shooting.
Editing is where it's at, though.
Yeah, so sometimes you just have to.
That's where that shit is at, for real.
It's editing is where it's at, but I think it's the vision, bro. That's why sometimes when you watch movies, it might be like 10 editors that edited a movie. You know what I'm saying? You might have your head editor. You got this one who just did the sound. This one just worked on the cuts and the transitions. This one just did all of the raw footage cuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
I know that movie shit is hard.
Yeah, man, really. They used to shoot videos the same way. When we first started shooting FREEZTV, we did the same thing. We used to hire Summit Star Films. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mike over at Summit Star Films. He got the COVID, man. Get well soon, man. We praying for you, man. Get well, man. But they building a dope facility out here now too. Like big studios, they shoot big movies. Like they do a lot of contracts with LA. So you know they'll send a lot of work here because they can get whatever. But that's
a film studio.
Yeah, that's a film studio, like big time. But they helped me get my movie credits and get me registered as a real actor and you know do whatever you know what I'm saying. So yeah. So but we not giving them no shine today. We giving you the shine today. You know what I'm saying? We giving you all the shine today. So what I really want to vibe with now that we taking this train. We on the FREEZTV train. We done went from.
You gonna break it?
Nah, man, you can break it, because if I hit it, I'm going to knock in all 8 balls, and the game going to be over, bro. So go on and let's see what you can get.
Trash, though.
Come on, man. It might be smacking, though. You never know. Come on, man. It's good energy in this business. Look, you got solids. I got strikes.
I got stripes on.
Yeah, you right. I tried to set it up. See how it goes? I tried to set it up.
Oh, see, that's too many solid. I'll take one.
Man, so like, when you we on this train, you went from Rosalinda, damn, battling in the streets, to then you dropped your first project. You doing shows, you rocking, you going crazy. Where did the whole idea to like gas up and bring this movement along with you? Was this like, did people gravitate to you, or did you just call a bunch of your friends and say, hey, come party with me? Like, cause this shit is like kind of like I'm from Phoenix. We've been filming FREEZTV since like 2002, and we always find crowds of people, but it's different. Don't touch that. Yeah, come on, man. You've been smoking too much of them Sunday goods. But
I don't know why I'm about to do that shit.
But really, like, no, real talk. Like, where does that mob of people come from? Like, are you mass marketing to these people? Are you giving them free tickets to get in? Like, what are you doing?
No, that shit just came from doing shows. And like, shit, at first I used to pay to get on shows, but I got tired of doing that shit fast.
Oh, yeah? Who did you pay to get on the show? Like, what shows did you pay to get on?
It would be like little contests here and there and shit. This is a long time ago. I used to pay justice and shit. But
How do you feel about paying to get on shows?
I think like, I don't think you should trip on that shit unless you've already been through that shit. And then you gotta see like where you stand in that shit, cause you can put yourself in a position where you won't have to pay for no shows. But everybody go through something. I don't like skipping steps. You know what I'm saying? Cause then
airball.
Yes. I don't like to skip.
Y'all didn't get that squat on and get them fingers. See, you gotta spread and put it on that thumb. But go ahead, though. You said you gotta get. You said you don't mind paying. You gotta take the steps.
Nah, like it's different now. But I'm talking about like at first.
What makes it different now?
Oh shit, cause I be throwing my own shows and like I've done enough shows and I've got paid for like consistently though for like a couple of years now. So like I don't be trying to pay to play and shit. Especially when I know how to throw a fly function. That means I know how that shit go. But I just ain't let nobody play with me. Niggas be eating crazy. Like niggas be eating crazy off these shows and they be paying artists like change. And they be making niggas think that like that shit is like I did that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you see how much money motherfuckers be making, they could have paid people way better. And I knew that as soon as I started throwing shows.
So do you think they should pay them better or they shouldn't be paying at all?
No, they should pay. I know you should pay too, because when I threw shows, I put artists on the shows and I paid all them niggas. And I have nowhere as much money as all these niggas who own venues and shit. So if I can do that shit and I don't even have all the bread, if these niggas do that shit, I'm willing to break bread straight off like that, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all niggas being greedy and shit, and that's cool, you know, but we don't gotta fuck with y'all, you know, and I'll teach niggas how to throw their own shows, because I don't give a fuck. I think that the shit is for the artists, and we shouldn't let people take the art and tax us on our art. I don't like that shit. I don't fuck with that shit.
Getting taxed on the art.
Yeah, you taxing us on our shit. That's our shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I can understand if you, and like I was taught, if you're gonna throw a function, don't throw something that you can't afford yourself. Like I want to already have that shit paid for before I throw the show, and not depend on niggas showing up to the show to pay for that shit. Right. Then you stressed out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you making sure artists pay you and shit to pay for that. No, nigga, you gonna make sure everybody eats so they wanna keep doing business with you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen it work successfully 10 out of 10 times, you know, 20 out of 20 times, you know, so I know it works and shit, but.
Come on, man. Give this your shot. I'm finna tear your ass up. I just missed.
Oh, shit.
Man, so, what's next?
Fuck.
What's next for Dela Preme? What's 2021? Matter of fact, before we get to 2021, tell us what your quarantine was like.
Just dropping clothes.
Music and clothes.
Music and clothes, because I couldn't do shows. Straight up.
Everything got a rhyme.
Yeah. Straight up. Hell yeah. Because I couldn't do shows. Damn, I was trying to kill it off right now.
So what's coming for 2021? What can we envision? What can we look forward to. So when
There's more content, a whole lot more content. Cause I feel like I know like who I want to market to and shit, and like I have a lot that I want to give out because I've been like saving it for like a year. You know what I'm saying? So I already planned out like my whole entire year. So I'm excited to finally do that shit.
can we tell the people a little bit of the plan? Just a little bit. We don't want to give it away.
Just expect the project. The first quarter is almost over. Expect the project first quarter. You know what I'm saying?
What's the project entitled? What's it?
Stay busy.
Stay busy. So the first one was
Quarantine Preme. That was last year.
Quarantine Preme,
Right.
and now we going with
This one's gonna be called Stay Busy.
Stay Busy.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's you. I was about to say this.
yeah, man, you can knock mine in if you want to. The show go. I
No,
missed.
that's on you. You didn't miss.
I missed. You know what I'm saying? But Preme, man, before we get out of here and wrap this up, I want you to give the people a shout out, man. I want you to let them know who you is, where they can find you, give them some links.
Nigga, what's good? You locked into FREEZTV, my G. All that shit.